The man in the red, white, and blue trunks is Devontae McDonald. This is his first professional fight. It went well.
Hey, you got it!
Before we get to this story, we have to back up to the beginning. Devontae moved to Wenatchee when he was 4. He found being a black kid in this valley was a difficult thing to be, so he fought.
I'm a fighter. Like, I grew up fighting all the time for people being racist. Just being picked on. You know, like I grew up with a big family. I had to protect my little brother. Like that's how I felt, at least. And yeah, I just grew up fighting. So
you mentioned some of the things that you went through, you know, with racism, things like that in this community, and there's so many people that don't think that exists here, and it's so far from the truth. Were you angry? Were you hurt? What were your feelings?
That's a good question. It could be mixed emotions. It could be all angry, hurt, frustrated. I don't know what it was, but it just clicked, and like every time something, like I was on it, like I was very hot-headed.
Mickey White has always had an interest in boxing. He boxed when he was younger and tried it again at age 40. White says that was a mistake, so he and his wife Susanna decided to start a boxing gym to teach others how to box.
We started at Chief Fitness, had about 8 guys. Actually, we started right down here in this basement.
Yeah.
Had about 8 guys in here, and we'd do some sparring and some light touching up. We'd have to watch out for the poles here. And then we went over to Chief Fitness. We were there for, I think, 3 months. And we said, you know what, there's no place to put a ring. Let's just get our own spot. So we did, and we developed a good team. We have 19 guys that compete, one that just turned professional, which you're going to hear about here soon. Knocked out his opponent in the first round. Pretty impressive knockout. All of his amateur fights were pretty short. I mean, I don't even think he broke a sweat. They're all about 30 seconds and the guy's down. So we just kind of ran with it from there. I'm living a dream. I don't know if Susanna necessarily is, but I'm definitely living a dream. It's my passion. No,
it's fun.
I kid. She loves it.
Fun.
So I was scrolling through Facebook and I saw Mickey's post. He's like, oh, like we're getting a boxing club started, so I thought I had to go check it out. And yeah, that's pretty much how it started.
That was super important for us to bring something to the valley for people that may not have his color skin, so that they would feel welcome from the time they walk in. Obviously, because of me, that was super, super important. And to have top of the line equipment, and it's theirs, and they feel welcome like from the time they step in. And that was really important during the time and what was happening, and but that they had a place to be where they felt like first-rate citizens, you know.
Yeah. I walked in and I was like, oh, this is serious. Like we're at Chief's Fitness, so there was a bunch of punching bags and stuff, equipment that we could use, and I was like, okay, like we're actually gonna get after it. But we didn't even hit the bags for about a good week. Where he had it doing cardio, so yeah.
Was that a little frustrating for you?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like I was like, what am I doing? I could work out on my own, you know what I mean? But it's a different workout. It's totally different than going to the gym and lifting weights. Like
it is probably the toughest sport, hands down, that I've ever done, and that's why I enjoy it so much, because it's so challenging mentally too, because you can't stop thinking. If you stop thinking, it's game over. So
being cool, calm, and collective, like no emotion. When I have no emotion, like you flow better, I want to say, and you're not like as tense, because when you're tense, like you exert energy that doesn't need to be exerted. So, and I learned that from Mickey, because I was like when I first started, as he was mentioning in my sparring video, I was like really tense and shaking as I'm throwing, like it looked like I was mad at the world, you know what I mean? But
were you?
Yeah. Not necessarily. I was probably just a lot bottled up from my childhood.
When Devontae walks in, there was just something about him. Now, not technique or anything. He was stiff. His feet were bad. He couldn't get out of the way of any punches. I mean, everything someone threw hit him. And I came home the first night, he came in, I told Susanna, I said, we got a future world champ on our hands. And she was like, really? I got to see this guy. Then she came in the next night and saw him, and she thought the same thing. We've never wavered. And Devontae sent his sparring video, it was December of 2020, to Chauncey to show him how much he's progressed. And Chauncey's like, what the heck did Mickey see in you? You know?
I didn't know what he saw in me. Like, I was so stiff. Like, my feet, like, I was sideways because of MMA. Like, I just looked like a bad habit. And yeah, it all changed, and things started like unfolding, and then seeing that, I'm just like, okay, like, maybe I can. Maybe this is what I'm gonna dive into and try to take it as far as I can.
It's one thing to start boxing, it's another to get into the ring. We'll learn more about Devontae's quick ascension next time. For NCWLIFE Channel Sports, I'm Eric Granstrom.